get our ice cream machines on it, but I want to first check. We killed a zombie with a fireman's axe back there, and I would like to find it. I'm not gonna go super out of my way for it, but we are gonna poke around real fast, see if we can't quickly find it. Right, you're probably still running. Or you're just conveniently stalled. That actually works out pretty well, if I'm being honest. Okay, so let's go over here and see if we can't find where the fireman's axe would have been. We'll give it once over. If we find it, great. If not, we accept we just lost track of it. It also doesn't help that it's foggy, so I can't see real well to spot it from a distance. Well, that was easy. Absolutely hate this fog. You wouldn't happen to be oak counters, would you? No. They're different styles than the ones we have back home. Alright, we're going to take them out one part at a time because I fully expect to have to fight more, and that's fine. But I take them one part at a time, we're only a little overweight. And then before we leave, I'll take apart these picnic benches just for the easy carpentry XP since we're here, and we don't plan on coming back for any reason. For a moment, I was second guessing if I had the stuff to take apart it with me. Alright, this is one popsicle fridge we've got moved over. But yeah, when we were pushing into Ekron, this is where we based. We ended up having to retreat from this location a couple of times to go get more food. But eventually we were able to push into the very first house on the south end of Ekron. And then from there, we were, like, once we got into Ekron, we honestly pushed right on through Ekron in only a day or two. Just because of how many zombies we killed before we were actually able to get foot inside the town. Like, we were at like 3,000 kills before we even got inside the town. Cool, and that'll get both the popsicle fridges we wanted. Because I figured 2 is usually plenty, because honestly, by the time you get through all the food in 2 freezers, it doesn't matter what you put in them. They'll spoil by the time you get through it. But then we'll be able to start eating salads, and then we get, you know, to lose weight, and when we need to gain weight, we eat fish. We just bounce back and forth, and we'll be in good shape there. The downside is trying to drive anywhere in this crap. And I do really need to check the radio, see if we got air activity today. Because that could potentially be super dangerous. So we're at 156.43. We're going to take this apart. We'll probably gain like 50 or more XP from this one bench. Or over 100. That could also be it, sure. Which means this bench, like this one probably, like the third bench should put us over 5 carpentry. So yeah, it's always worth taking apart benches when you're trying to get your carpentry up. Because we'd like to hit 7 so we can build stairs and rain collectors. Hell, probably just grab these planks and bring them back with us too. Okay, we caught it pretty early. Good. Alright, no air activity detected, so we're good there. We're at basically 500 points from our next point in strength, which will be nice, because that means we'll no longer be considered feeble. Hey, Appalachian Connection, how's it going? I shouldn't be going for all these, but I am. Save us trips. Oh, got another redemption for push-ups. Let me get that. We're actually... Alright, done and recorded. Part of me is also just trying to make this last for as long as I can, just so I don't have to drive in as much fog. I'm hoping the fog will break up before then. Because if so, I'm not going to blast the horn while driving around the fog where I can't see. Run's going real well. We've got ourselves a little bit of a built base now. We got our generator, we got our manual, we got all that stuff. Like, things are going well. We got a really, pretty well-established run. I'm just gonna deal with this being thirsty. It's fine. Zombies up ahead or over here. Normally I get out and fight all these, but we're dehydrated and I can't see anything, so I really just want to get us home. Nope, not full speed with that much fog. Like, we'd lived through it, it's just we'd beat the crap out of the van killing zombies on accident. But yeah, so I wouldn't call Ekron clear by any stretch of the imagination, but we have made extremely good progress on Ekron itself. Not this time. If the fog wasn't here, I actually had planned on honking the horn the whole way up to draw the zombies out. But usually do have some that cut up in front of you when you do that, which is fine normally, but I can't see, like, I can't see far this away, so... We're going to just deal with getting the base stuff for today, and then we're going to go around and do a bunch of honking and dragging out zombies the next day. Or, if... Well, see, there's a cone. Screw that cone. Yep, like I see that zombie, but I'm just going home in this weather. Thick fog's the worst. I do have a map. My fear isn't missing my turns or anything. My fear is smashing into zombies going 55 miles an hour and ruining my vehicle. Can't see anything. Not definitively. Like, I was able to figure out it was without question that the driver was crashing, a video driver was crashing and successfully recovering itself. Which we had figured during, like, what was happening, because, you know, the screen would blank out and come back up. It's like, okay, that's a driver crash with, you know, with recovery. It was 100% without question not overheating. because and even during this stream, I've had the temperature sensor like in the corner watching it, and to give you an idea how well it's been doing with the cooling, like we're well under half of what they said, like the high where you should start worrying. Well, slightly above half of what they're saying, okay, you should worry about these temperatures. Oh, we just drank that all immediately. And then on top of that, when I went from having the video card on basically no load to putting it on mild load, which would be Project Zomboid, it actually got colder because the fans kicked on and brought the temperature down. And like this whole time, it's barely gone up to any redeemable, like any concerning temperatures. So that's really good that we're not overheating. But I think we just had like a bad driver install. I uninstalled the video driver, reinstalled the latest one, which there was a version newer than what I had. So it could have been that I got a bad driver. There was a Windows update I did, and just a whole bunch of other random stuff. Yep, and Strider deleting the points. I mean, you don't want to keep those points. They're heavy. Like, they just get you exerted. That's how you get in trouble. Best get rid of them while you can. Why no let me place game? Why you red? And I'll get that hydrate here in a second. Yeah, which is funny, I've actually almost never had these types of concerns happening. Like I have had when you know a computer's like getting 7 years old and it's like very clearly component failures are starting to come into play. There's the hydrate. Like I've had, I've had hard drives, start going on the fritz where you're like, oh, it's time to replace this or I'm gonna be without. And I've also had, like my last computer, the reason I had rebuilt to get this computer was the video card was failing. But I mean, that poor video card was like 9 years old and like had been worked really hard. And even then it would mostly work. It's just the computer would power cycle sometimes because the video card is just literally hardware-wise failing. And like even the computer was giving me warnings basically saying, hey, there's component failure. Alright, so with that, I'm going to pause and update our to-do list. So what goes on the agenda now? And that stock supplies is just generic for, like, getting these freezers full, that kind of thing. But then we're going to move this generator over here so it can run those freezers. Alright, so those can't be upgraded till Carpentry 7. I should get a composter here. Mostly just for a place to put, that ceramic barrel is 7, so we can't do that for a little while. I don't care about all that, I don't care about any of that. Could make some wooden crates, I don't feel like I particularly need. Stairs are 6, I thought stairs were 7. Okay, that's good to know. Alright. So, looks like the fog is starting to ease up. What do you think about the new folding phones? Oh, where the screen itself bends? It's a gimmick. Like, anyone who's been around for, like, the 90s, 2000s phones, it's all gimmick. Like, we had screens, or not screens, we'd have screens, or phones that would, like, fold and twist and do all sorts of stuff, and all that ended up being was the phones that, like, twisted around a point and all that. It just became the point of failure on the phone. So yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but it's a gimmick, so just know you're paying for something that is a wear point on your phone that is just, that's where the phone's going to break. And that's fine. There are people who buy those and, like, there's nothing wrong with it. You just need to go into it and know that the phone isn't going to have as long of a lifespan as other phones. So you're doing it more for the cool factor than for practicality, which is fine. Having the cool factor does have some value. Like, I've jokingly done stuff where I've gone to conferences and people are like, well, why would you bring that? It's like, because you asked. And that helps me network. Had I not brought it, you wouldn't have asked. And I know we got the 2 machetes. Basically, this crowbar's right about to break, so I'm just waiting for the crowbar to break. And then when it breaks, we'll switch out to the machetes and use them for a while. So I'm waiting to basically see if the helicopter's anytime soon. Yep. No, that's fine. Like I said, my stance is basically, it's a gimmick, it's fun, but you know. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't look at it and go, oh, you know, you'd be foolish to buy that or anything. It's like, it's a gimmick. There's nothing inherently wrong with gimmicks. So long as the gimmick doesn't, within itself, make your product worse. Or otherwise have, you know, pseudo-related consequences. Okay, so everything's still well watered. So let's move this generator over here more. So that way we can pop those freezers. They will hear the noise of a generator, yes. Like, it's only when it's running, but it's not that far, and since we are killing the zombies, it basically just makes a predictable place for us to find zombies, which is fine. I think this might be close enough. Because it's 25 tiles is how far it goes, and we can test real fast to see if stuff are in range. I don't need to be running those yet, I just want to make sure we're good, so if I turn it on... Popsicle fridge, 4 tiles. Yep, turn off. Yep, so the freezers are in range. But like I said, I got nothing to put in them yet, so they can stay off. Do I still have the hand axe on us? No, just the fireman's axe. I don't want to waste a fireman's axe cutting down saplings. But I will grab a hand axe later and chop down all these silly little saplings. Alright. But yeah, when you run the generator, zombies, like, it's not a huge range. It's probably like this. So they're already in your area. As far as this, the only thing I'd say is you usually want a wall around your farm, because if the zombies go trudging through your farm, they will damage the crops. Oh, right, I just remembered. We got the truck back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have us go to sleep, because we're getting ready to be sleepy anyways. Then we're going to drive down, or walk down, sorry, to the bookstore, because there's a truck we put a tank of gas that we have the keys for that we'd like to bring back here. So I can run down there, grab the truck, start honking the horn on the way back. Yep. Yes, the spacing keeps, like, if one of these gets disease, which just happens, it keeps it from spreading. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because they bunch them all up, disease can spread. And normally I don't make the farm nearly that big. I just figured I had the seeds, why not? It was raining at the time. We'd just do it. But once we pull up all the seeding plants, I probably won't replant all of them. To be fair, I think I got the farming started late enough. I might not, like, I might only replant, like, the cabbage and maybe a round of potatoes to see if I get lucky and get another round of potatoes. But I'm expecting most of the plants to potentially not get a second round. And I'm going to run a little bit of the ways just because I've got the stamina. I do want to work on sprinting, so when I do have to do like little dashes here and there, it's not burning as much stamina when I do it. And honestly, Ekron's getting a bit quiet. Now, that said, I haven't hit the side roads of Ekron, so I do expect to run to zombies back in those side roads. So, like, in the direction of the church. Well, actually, I take that back. We hit the residential side road on this side, but I need to hit the church still. And then I need to hit the neighborhood to the west. Oh, hey, buddy. I see you got yourself a shotgun there. Does it happen to have bullets? Because I like bullets. You do not have bullets. I am disappointed in you, sir. You know, we never did loot, like, hardly any of these buildings. Like, we drove past 90% of this place. Like, we looted the first couple of houses, and we just never bothered. Because I haven't had a need for it, like... Weapons-wise, we're in really good shape. Food-wise, you know, we're actually not in amazing shape, but, you know. We're certainly not in bad shape. There's our vehicle. I guess one thing we should probably also work on is getting Mechanic 2 so I can start hot wiring stuff so we have backup vehicles, all that kind of stuff. Or, for just that matter, we can get decent vehicles. Because, like, that truck looks like it's in really good shape, whereas the truck we're in is kind of crap shape, if we're being honest. Give me 1 second. Audio, advanced, vehicle, let's see, horn. Doesn't feel any quieter, but whatever. Time for me, it's just a little after midnight. It's more that when we do this a lot, I don't really want it to be obnoxious for people. Okay, and we stop honking at that point because I don't actually want the zombies all the way up here. I just want them back there, so it's fine. We still will have some dragged with us. It's okay. The whole point is to kill them all. And there's plenty of stamina and plenty of tiredness left, so let's just go for a stroll down the road and see what we shook out. I want to kill you in the road. Follow me. Maintenance 5. I had a nice, really organized corpse pile going, and they finally pushed us off of it. Here, come to the corpse pile, be with all your friends. Alright, there's a second one who had a spear. There was 2 spears. There's the second spear. Another fireman's axe. Alright. I do actually need you all to calm down with the amount of weapons you're giving me. I believe if you drive over the corpses, it can damage your car. I've heard people say that's not a thing, and I've heard people I also very much trust say it is a thing. And I believed it was a thing before I was told it was not a thing. So I would just assume driving over corpses damages your car unless someone can, like, actually definitively prove otherwise. Oh, that only gives me 5, so we'll just eat it now. And then this will be it for the fish. Let's eat that now, too. A beef jerky and pickle salad. I need to remember to go into the weapons and get my hunting knives. I don't know where you all came from, but not cool, man. I'm going to turn this train around because we haven't cleared there after we've honked our horn, so let's not grab another horde if we can help it. Let's try and get back to our house and rest, because we are getting super exhausted. Am I chopping with my hands? Oh no, I have a crowbar. It's just, you can't see it well. In your 20 days set up in Louisville, and you're worried you're going to run out of food as well as water, should you be worried? I would be surprised if you ran out of water and food in Louisville unless you got some really nasty settings. Because, like, if the water and power get turned off on you in Louisville, like, the whole place is houses. Like, there's buildings everywhere. You just poke your nose into any building, drink from the sink, all that kind of stuff. And then food, like, pretty much every place has a kitchen will have food for you.